Ahoy, Swabs! Captain Jeff the Pirate here at your Disservice. And welcome to Captain Jeff Reviews and Questions Adventure Time. Now, last week, they had a whole slew of new episodes back to back. Alright, so for the next few episodes, I will be doing Adventure Time. Except for the last one, then after that it'll be back to normal. Alright. Now I gotta warn you, I waited a little bit to be doing these, so if you haven't watched them yet, I suggest you watch all of them. Because there'll be some spoilers here and there, especially for the final episode. And with that being said, let's get to this review. Alright, for the fourth episode, I'll be reviewing Bad Jubies. Now this was very interesting because the trailers for this week-long of Adventure Time, we saw one episode that was going to be in stop motion. And this be the one. It wasn't the first, it wasn't the last. They cleverly wove it right into a good spot. Even the intro animation was different. So the intro animation and the entire episode is done in stop motion. I thought this was very good. This is like maybe this is the fourth time they've done a different style. They did the food chain, there was Guardians of the Sun, and there was the virus one. So yeah, I kind of like how it went. Yeah, so the food chain I wasn't too big a fan of, but the other three I liked because one was a partial for part of the episode, and then one was the full effect. So I do like it when they do try to change it around, but the food chain that didn't work. Circle of Life, whatever. And yeah, let's see, Bad Jubies. The plot is pretty straightforward. So they're outside. Finn, Jake, BMO, and LSP be outside just enjoying the environment when suddenly there'll be a storm coming. And it's gonna be of like world-ending proportions, so they decide to build a fallout shelter underground. Jake is gonna go get supplies, LSP goes get food, BMO is, doing some stuff, and Finn is building the shelter. Finn and LSP, they get supplies and food supplies and material from an old abandoned cabin. Meanwhile, Jake says he's doing something, but it looks like he's clearly sitting around doing nothing. You have to wonder what's going on here. Let's see. So they're working on the bunker, and I'm just wondering to myself, okay, why don't they just, hide in the treehouse? I mean, they actually spent an episode in there when it was literally raining knives and swords one time. Go figure. So then we see some time pass in the bunker, but we don't know how long. I'd like to know how long they've been stuck in there, especially after Finn, LSP, and BMO did all the work. So let's see. And at some point you actually see them all asleep, and BMO is actually plugged in and has the power source providing light for the bunker. So why are they wasting light when they're asleep? So then eventually everyone figures out how Jake was doing nothing, and they're all getting mad and they all decide to turn on Jake. To which he shows what he was doing. He was out figuring out a way to reproduce all the sounds of nature. Babbling brook, wind, tweeting birds, so they don't get cabin fever. So things be going good, they're starting to be relaxed, and then the storm comes in and actually manifests as a physical fire. So it's actually being grumpy, he's like, I'm a storm, and all that. So I'm trying to figure out, is this air, or since BMO is friends with the air, could he probably talk to this creature? Or is that still once again going on all up in his head? It's hard to tell. So then, at the end, they actually convince the storm. So then Jake does his act for him, and the storm actually feels good and says, I remember this when I was actually a happy breeze. To which Jake gives him the notes for him to learn how to enjoy it. It's like a musical scar. So then he goes and clears away, and the sun is out and everything. Everything's good. Yeah. And the episode ends with suddenly an eagle flying in and attacking LSP. So, it to be a good episode. Yeah, they were at each other's throats with the whole lack of food, Jake not doing anything, and with the secondhand materials used to make the place. And so there is a legitimate gripe against Jake. But this be a good episode. I be giving Bad Jubies, let's see, that's the right name? Yeah. Bad Jubies, I be giving it a thumb and a half up. It'd be good. Check it out. And I especially like during the ending credits you can see the in construction process for how they made the episode. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode. Until next time, thank you for watching Captain Jeff Review and Question Adventure Time. Until next time, thank you as always, and as always, arrgh!